Well, hello. Happy Sunday Fun Day. How are we doing? I hope you're well. Lovely to see you all, even though I can't see you. Okay, so it's February. January's done, so we're heading towards summer. Yay! So I can't wait for that. There we go. So, okay, I've been working on my script and I've gone back to the first episode, Henchman, because like I say, that's finished. And I really can't wait to do a read through to get people in different places to play different characters. But I thought I'm being a bit silly waiting for that. Why not read it through yourself? Out loud. So yesterday I did, timing it, tried to do it at a natural pace. So the good news is one, it came in at exactly an hour, and it was 1 hour and 30 something seconds. And I was pleased with the dialogue. I was actually invested in it. I was interested in it as I was speaking it, even though I know what happens. It's always a good sign. I believe I'm very new to this, but it's like like I said before, when you're reading your own work, if you really get into it, and you forget that it's your own work, even that's often a good sign. So yes, but there is a snag. Now it did come in at an hour, but the problem is that there's visuals. So when you watch a program, it's not all talking, is it? You see people walking to the car and walking across their kitchen and getting something out of the cupboard or something. So there's a lot of visuals, and as well as that, just to further complicate things, I do have montages, visual montages in my script. So there's flashbacks and things like this. So I've actually got a bit of a problem, but it's a good problem. Also, if an advertising a channel with adverts picks it up, like ITV or Channel 4 or something like that, then obviously it's going to be a 46-minute hour. So I'm way over. But even with someone like the BBC, like non-adverts, then I'm still could be in a bit of a quandary because I think that's going to be over an hour. That's going to actually be an hour and 10 or something if you put the visuals in. So yes, there was one scene, just so you don't think I'm too up my own backside, that I'm not too sure about. I'm thinking about cutting out. So that's at least something off. But I'm really happy. I'm really excited. It's a good start, I think. It might be rubbish. I don't know. I'm not saying it's good. Anyway, so okay, let's get on to a writing tip. So we've spoken about Trad. We're getting published now. We've got the newsletter out. So now what we can talk about is adverts. Today I'm going to talk. Sorry, my laptop just I was messing around with my laptop in the background. Sorry there. Adverts, online advertising, and by that what I mean is if you look up, let's say you go for the latest thriller, Lee Child, you might see Long Time Dead by Jon-Jon, even though it's not out yet. But if it was out, pop up next to it, and that's me paying for that advertising space, so that you'll hopefully click on that and buy my book. So you do see the same thing on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, BookBub, so all the social media outlets, etc. Now, the first thing I've got to say about it is, in this day and age, if you want to be indie, you really, really need to run adverts. You cannot get away from it. So if you're sitting back thinking, trad or indie, that must be factored in. You can't just put a book up on Amazon or Apple or somewhere and just go, okay, let's see what happens. If you're very, very lucky and you get full support, you've got a big network of people and everyone just buys it and tells their people to buy it and X, Y, then you may get some traction, and they all work on algorithms to see what's selling. But as a general rule, if you really want to be a commercial success, you need to have online advertising, and it's a big task to take up. It requires organisation. Essentially, you have to run your own business. It's part of your day. You check your ads, see what happens, and there's also a financial commitment to it, of course. Another tip I would say is, don't just put your life savings in it. Don't, okay, well, I've got 100 grand saved up, I'm just going to pump that into advertising. Do not do that. You need to learn your craft. You absolutely have to learn your craft. Start with some $5 a day, £5 a day or something, or a week or whatever. And also, like some adverts, like some platforms like Amazon, take a long time to bed in. So it's not a case of run it for 2 days and then turn it off. You need to leave it running in the background. So there's a lot of nuances. It's a whole science. It's exciting. It's fantastic, and if you can master it, yeah. So the actual real writing tip I wanted to give to you today was more about choosing what platform. And anyone that's been to one of my writing groups is probably sick and tired of hearing me say this, because it's always my go-to example. And that is, what works for one doesn't necessarily work for the other. And what I mean by that is, someone may be making, you know, £1,000 a month on Facebook, or £1,000 on Instagram, on TikTok, but £10,000 a month on Amazon, and these are real numbers. You can make a lot of money in indie community, through indie publishing, a lot more than that. So, but do you understand? So I might then say to you, okay, yeah, oh yeah, you know, I'm making £1,000 on all these platforms, but I'm making £10,000 on Amazon, and then you go and pump your money through Amazon, it just doesn't work, you know. So I've literally spoke to hundreds and hundreds of authors about this, and feel free to do the same yourself. You should, but it's very rare. If I don't think I've ever heard anyone saying there's not one platform that's leading them, you know. And it's not about numbers; it's about ratio. They may be making £40,000 on Facebook, you know, £60,000 a month on Instagram, and £30,000 a month on BookTok, but they're making £250,000 a month on Amazon. You know, so it's not necessarily about the numbers, because you may go away and you may start making £1,000 on Amazon, and then turn around and make £500,000 a month on TikTok. Yeah. So it's about finding what works for you. It's about learning the science. There's a lot of seminars and you can go to, and a lot of websites and podcasts all about advertising. It's a big science, takes a lot of experimentation, a lot of work, but of course it's great fun and great to reward, because you then get your readership and your followers, and of course you try to get them all onto your mailing list. So okay, so that's just a little bit of a dip into ads. I'm not running them at the moment. I think we need to wrap up, so I shall tell you more about that at another time. But look, oh, just before I go quickly, just to say trads. So if you go trad, which has got a very nice side to it, because of course you leave someone else to do your marketing. However, you will be required to do some of your marketing yourself, or you should do anyway, because you want to be as good as you can and sell as many as you can, hopefully. But of course, the trads will take a lot of that off you. And when you really start to look into the advertising platforms, you'll start to realise that your publisher is doing exactly that. So you'll see a lot of trad books pop up on Amazon and BookBub. Sign up for the BookBub emails, you'll see them come through. So yeah, so everyone's at it, and they should be. Okay, folks, I hope you're well, and we shall speak very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.